Welcome back. Renee was amazing.
She was.
I can't say, I think I probably said amazing about 20 times about her.
I know, she's
in the
awesome.
show.
She was great. But and speaking of awesome, we have Leanne here with her very own special guest. Leanne, what do you have for us today?
Hey ladies. Okay, so with me today I have an amazing guest, Treena Peltier. She's from here locally, and she's going to tell us a little bit about her story because she actually had melanoma. So welcome, Treena. Thank you so much for coming.
It's great to be here.
So tell me a little bit about how you were diagnosed with melanoma.
For me, it was a little bit different. I didn't follow the traditional pattern with the moles and the ABC of moles that you traditionally see with melanoma. I had a lump under my leg. It felt like a little marble. Ooh. It just showed up one day.
Like a cyst almost?
Yeah, they thought it was a cyst. We looked into it with the doctor, you know, that's strange, we'll watch it kind of thing. Over the course of 2011, we kept track of it every couple of months. It did come back. Eventually in October, we had it out. November 18th, I got the call. It was melanoma.
A long time.
Because it was subcutaneous at that point, they determined that it had already metastasized and it was stage 3, possibly stage 4.
And you didn't even have a mole?
Never saw one. There could have been at some point a primary, but we've never seen it. We don't know where it was. So it was taken out in November. I did a month of high-dose interferon. We did daily injections at home for a while, as long as I could take it. It does make you quite sick, and at some point I just said, this is enough is enough. At a year point, I decided to go ahead and celebrate and get a tattoo.
I think that's when we first met, was shortly after that.
I think it was, yeah. So I decided to get a big black melanoma ribbon right over my scar. And we celebrated that. My mother bought it for me for my birthday. We did it together. Unfortunately, about a year later, I felt a bump again in the same spot. And unfortunately, in order to go ahead and get that bump out, we had to remove the entire tattoo and all of the scar tissue that I had from the previous incision. So they made a much larger scar this time. They did take out quite a bit of muscle. And in order to make sure that that area was clean, you know, we had to go in, and that left me with quite a scar.
Huge. I remember first seeing that when you came to my office, and when I was massaging you, and how, like, honestly, ghastly the scar was. It was so
Very
large
long.
Compared to what it used to, you know, the original one was.
Right. We needed to really make sure that they get out a good margin around the area and that there's a clean area of skin. So we followed that up with radiation. You go through a process where you work with the surgical oncologist first to take it out, medical oncologist for any, you know, type of chemo and that type of thing. And then I did work with the radiologist, radiation oncologist. Luckily, in July of 2013, we completed radiation. In August of 2013, I was lucky enough to get into a clinical trial at Dana-Farber.
That's so exciting. I think you, me, and all of your friends were like, they could probably hear us in Western Mass, like just cheering for you.
Dana-Farber has been nothing but miraculous for me. I've had extreme results. The cancer is shown to be shrinking and decreasing.
That's so
I've had
exciting.
nothing but miraculous results. So it's been an absolute blessing. I have had some side effects that I've had to deal with, and if that's the worst that I have, then I'm a very lucky girl.
You'll deal with side effects for the rest of your life if it means you're clear.
I will be happy to. So the cancer is not gone at this point. There is still some cancer in distant areas throughout my body, but they are shown to be shrinking, decreasing, and I've had no new growth in the last
So great.
4 months.
I'm so excited.
So it's very excited, and I will continue to work with them as I go. Great. So there's no reason to expect that I can't get rid of it.
That's great. Well, part of having you here today is because I always talk about natural skincare, and so we want to talk about the scar and some of the things that you did at home and what other people, our guests and our audience can do at home. Is use some grapeseed oil because it has a high content of linoleic acid, which helps with the restructuring of the cell membrane. So it's really great for skin, and that's what we use in the office for massage oil. And then you can also use coconut oil. It's a medium fatty acid that is amazing for skin.
You hear everybody talking about coconut oil right now, right?
Exactly. but it's like $15 for a jar, and it doesn't go that far. So here's a way at home. You're gonna put it into a mix-in, like your KitchenAid mixer, and put a little bit of grapeseed oil, maybe like a tablespoon to a cup of coconut oil, add like half a teaspoon of cornstarch, and then just whip it. And it will whip up into this nice frothy meringue almost, and you can keep it in your fridge and you can apply that to your body.
And that's what you used on me in the office?
It is.
That's fantastic.
So thank you so much for being on the show. We have a little present for you.
Thank you so much.
Gift.
Look at my Santa bag.
All right, well, thank you so much, Treena, and that's gonna go back to you, Deb and Megan.
Thank you so much, Treena and Leanne. What a phenomenal story.
Yeah.
And as usual, Leanne, incredible, incredible tips. So,
I mean, yeah, you
love
were
it.
so courageous. I mean, you just
Very
kudos
inspirational.
To you. Yeah,
Yeah,
very,
and
very
stay
inspirational.
strong.
Definitely. And as always, Leanne is, bubbly and wonderful.
Rock
with
star,
these-
that's what I always say.
Yes. Almost looks like you want to eat that. Looks like whipped cream.
I know, seriously. Stay tuned. We have more skin talk coming up next.